Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-September 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cappies. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for my Capricorn friends in mid-September? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get this going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cappies in mid-September. The seasons are a-changing, my friends. Time keeps on ticking. What's going on for the Capricorn Collective here? Let's see what energies we could tap into. There it is. Thank you. Beautiful. I mean, this is one of my preferred cards to start reading off with. Now, this could really show us a couple different things. For some of you, this could be a good energy of things starting to even out. There could also be a big focus on the next few weeks as we're coming out of Virgo into Libra. And I'm going to speak about that a little more in depth. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So this one always reminds me of the Two of Pentacles. We see that individual there. There's double yin-yangs kind of holding one in each hand. There's the symbol for Libra here. So for a portion of you, whether you have Libra placements or there's a prominent Libra in your life, maybe they're being highlighted here for one reason or another. But what do we think of with Libra energy? It's the scales. It talks about things that are balancing. It's thriving and striving towards some harmony. So for some of you, like, there could be a situation that's starting to resolve, or things are starting to come into a state of fairness and balance. That could be really good. Now, this can go the whole opposite way when I see this energy. For some of you, maybe there's just something that's just not right. It's just not equal. It's just not fair. It all really depends on what you're going through. But there is that nice effort when I see this card to make something right. Now, keep in mind, Libra is also a cardinal sign, which is Capricorn is as well. So when I see this cardinal energy, it's like initiative, taking action. So if there is a problem, I really suspect you would solve it quickly when this energy shows up. So we're just going to put that down there for now. And again, the fact that we are moving into Libra season pretty soon, so that whole season could be highlighted. We're just going to leave it there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the beautiful Cappies in mid-September. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Unexpected Situation. Now, please just keep your head on a swivel, even for like the coming days and weeks, because it's a theme I've been seeing for a lot of Cappies, where like certain things are unpredictable and could be popping up out of nowhere, whether good, bad, or indifferent. And yeah, like 2-3 weeks, I've been seeing a very similar thing for you. So we're going to hope to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. But yeah, there's been this like mysterious, out of nowhere type of energy that I've been seeing, which isn't really Capricorn-like to me. So let's get a couple out here. What do we got? Okay, 3 of Pentacles. For a lot of you, there could be career things, money things on the mind with that card. I do like it. We could also be looking at your circle of people, your circle of influence. And we will definitely talk about this 3 of Pentacles further in depth. Generally, it's smooth. Let's get a couple more. All right, 5 of Pentacles. So earth heavy, which is not a bad thing whatsoever in a Capricorn reading. Okay, let's get one more out here. Let's get one more, because we are starting to get a pretty concise theme. All right, now there's a little bit of strategy and planning here, okay, with the 2 of Wands on the back end. So yeah, we're going to have a bit of a nuanced reading this week, Capricorn, and that's all good. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I was giving you a little commentary as the cards were popping out. Obviously, the first thing I always look at is the elements. Double earth, which is very, very good for a Capricorn reading. Even though one card is seemingly positive, the other one could be a bit challenging. So we're talking about that balance that I was seeing. Problem solving could be really big for a lot of you. But this is a comfortable element for the Capricorn collective, and it could be focused on the material aspects of work in one way or another. And then right here on the back end, we have some initiative, action, planning with the Two of Wands, like that fire pushing things forward. So it's going to be intriguing to see how all this energy plays together. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, we are starting with the Three of Pentacles. Lovely. So we see this image there. It's a group of people. They're gathered around, and it's like they're doing some architecture. They're building together. So when I see this card, it is one of my cards of career. How you earn money, what you do for money. Money matters in general, whether that be investments, things that you're putting money into. Like, it could really tie into all of that material world stuff. So for some of you, whether it's career situations that are heavily on your mind, but notice with all threes, it's representing a group, a collective of people. So whether we're talking coworkers, people in your community, people in your church, people that are in your family, you name it. When we see this card, it could be highlighting somebody that is around you as opposed to you. So we're going to want to look at this. Now, the positives of this card is that it's very smooth, easy flowing, easy going type of energy. When it flips up into its challenge, the Three of Pentacles could represent somebody that doesn't work well in a group, or somebody that's causing waves and a little bit of static. So there might be someone you're bumping heads with this card. It all really depends. Now, moving to the center, we got the Five of Pentacles. And this one does have its own little list of situations, possible issues and problems. Now, I always say no card is ever completely challenging or completely positive. And we see these individuals, they're out in the cold. So when I see this, watch out for feelings of lonesomeness, watch out for feelings of isolation. There could be something that's not sitting right with you, because, yeah, this is something that's askew. It's not fully balanced. And we've been seeing this theme since the Oracle card, and it's showing up here once again. In its worst case scenario, and I always say all these energies are on a spectrum. Yes, it could be feelings of abandonment or isolation, like I already mentioned. At the same time, there could be a longing here, missing somebody or someone missing you. There might just be a situation, especially ones attached to money and work, that are just not sitting right. Okay, so for some of you, might be a little disgruntled in regards to career things. In the positive sense, this is not a final result. So whatever issue or situation we could be seeing here, it's like, all right, that's not the final destination. It is what it is. To me, I'm kind of seeing like a bump in the road, where it's like we're starting smooth and, oh, that took a little turn, but I feel like it's something that's recoverable, if that makes sense. Now, when we get to the back end, and we'll look into all this deeper when we clarify, we have the Two of Wands. And again, this is fire energy. It's about action. Now, all twos in tarot represent partnerships, represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads, like, which way do I go? What do I choose? How should I proceed from here? There's like a weighing of things with any two, especially this Two of Wands. It's something that could be very early on in a journey, but I always link this one especially to planning strategy. So whether it's something you're planning out, like your next steps forward, how you're going to move ahead with something, or maybe it's even someone you're connected to that's doing a little bit of strategizing with this card, it could be a very good thing. Now, when we get to the challenge of the Two of Wands, and we'll get that tucked in right there by the Celestite while we talk about it, the Two of Wands could sometimes represent a person that's a little indecisive, or somebody that doesn't know which way to go or what to do. They're kind of like hanging there, just like, I don't know which way to go. So again, it's not feeling very Capricorn-like to me, but we all go through these ups and downs. So if it's not that, it could be the planning. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Capricorn. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay. Let's get a good shuffle here for my Cappies. Let's see what's up. And guides, talk to me. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Three of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Three of Pentacles. What's happening here? And yeah, that's another thing I want to say with like the Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Like, we could really be seeing a lot of the energies of those around you as opposed to yourself. So let's see. What is that Three of Pentacles here? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So for a portion of you, we could be looking at a couple of different strong themes here. For some of you, you might feel like it's time for a change or to shake something up. Now, normally when I think of Capricorn energy, I think it's very goal-oriented, but also dependable. Like if you have a plan, you stick to it. If you have a roadmap, you're going to make it happen. But when I see the Three of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, watch out for issues in career or people that you might work very closely with, or people that are just closely connected to you in your circle, because the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is a little unreliable. And I'm also getting that vibe, whether this is a person that you might be like, I don't know about this person, they're a little, I don't know what to think. If it's not that, you might just feel like it's time to shake something up or make a change. Like there could be a big change looming, okay? Because the Seven of Pentacles in the upright is a card of patience, not really making action. It's chilling, it's waiting to see how something progresses and blooms. In reverse, it's like, no, not waiting no more, switching something up. So we're going to see how it all plays out within the whole reading itself. But I do feel that for some of you, whether it's like a really big change on the horizon or one that you feel like you need to make, it's showing up here strong. And yeah, we do have the karmic archetype starting. I don't really want to say that we're seeing it strong yet, but the Seven of Pentacles is a card of reaping what you sow. So we'll see if we get any more karmic themes. I mean, this very first card could be karmic with the scales, but let's not even walk down that road just yet. Let's keep moving to the Five of Pentacles, because I feel like this is where the bump in the road could be, whether it's the resolution or the issue coming in. So let's see what's up with that Five of Pentacles. What do we have here for the Cappies, please? What is happening? Seven of Cups. So now we have the repeating numbers. We have the 7-7 on the bottom. Usually this is really good. Now, this could be somebody either feeling like they made the right choice. I'll say this, Capricorn. Now, I'm not necessarily directing this at you, because this could easily be someone in your midst, but I feel like someone might be in danger of making the wrong choice or might be making a mistake. Okay, now, again, I'm not saying you made one, or I'm not saying one is imminent, especially if there's a person where you're like, oh, I'm not too sure about this person, or I'm not sure if you're doing the right thing. I feel like part of this is you advising too. So if that's not something that's going on now, you might be trying to advise someone to go a different route. Or I feel this energy with the Five of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. It's like either someone doesn't want to make the wrong move, so they're taking something very slow, or somebody is like, they might make the wrong move and make a mistake here. Okay, so whether it's you or somebody else, it really depends on what you're going through. But yeah, the Five of Pentacles isn't the optimal result, and the Seven of Cups is obviously different paths or choices. So we're going to see how the planning goes. Another thing I will say about this, the Seven of Cups to me is a card of imagination, daydreaming. So watch your mindset in this time. There might be something going on with the astrological transits that are pulling your mind and imagination. Like if you're generally a very positive person, like you might be leaning a little pessimistic with these energies. But the main thing I'm picking up here is you might either feel like someone's about to mess something up, or they might do the wrong thing, or there is a danger of that. Okay, so let's see what the Two of Wands has to say. Okay, because again, I don't feel like this is a set in stone type of energy, but when I see something that could potentially be a mistake, I'm always going to tell you. Let's see what the Two of Wands has. And if there's nothing like that going on in your life right now, I would say just be a little cautious over the next couple of weeks. So why is the Two of Wands here? You might need to subdue some urges. So why is it 2 here? Thank you. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So again, this is something that can be fixed. Like it's nothing permanent. And I love the Wheel of Fortune, but I just have to say it's karmic. And it's beautiful. When I see the Wheel of Fortune, I think of expansive Jupiter type of energy. So again, any sort of, and I've been saying this, any sort of energy where it's like you're doing something on a whim, or you're doing something without fully thinking it through, that's where the possible issues could come into play. If you were doing something with that roadmap, with that plan, with the Two of Wands, that's where you're really going to find success. And I feel like a lot of Capricorns inherently know this already. Okay, from my experience, and I know a lot of beautiful Capricorns out there, they're not the most volatile sign, right? Like they're not going to just do things that are totally against the norm of their life. They're not going to go against the grain too much. They're not impulsive, if that makes sense. Now, every person has a unique chart, but this is where the impulsivity can lead. And this is where the planning can lead. That's why I'm saying for some of you, you might be advising somebody else, like, listen, you don't want to do that. You don't want to walk down that road, because then that could be a big dead end. Right here with the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, if you plan it, it will go right. If you plan it properly, it will go right. And it could be a big win in the end. Like, I love this Wheel of Fortune. Now, another thing I have to say, this is a card of change. When we're talking about this possible mishap in the middle, I'm not saying don't change anything, keep it as is. Just be cautious about it. Like, don't shake things up too quickly. And this is another karmic card as well. So I've been seeing it for you for a few weeks. There's this shifting energy. It's a metamorphosis of some kind. I feel like slow and steady is the route if you are going through some sort of change or metamorphosis. So there could be a win here, that's for sure. But if it's planned properly, that's the big vibe. Like, don't do anything don't be a live wire, right? Like, don't fly off the handle. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Okay, because I mean, a lot of things were showing up in this week's reading. Let's do the recap before we get into the shadow. But if you kindly look in the box, lots of earth here, a few different elements playing around. But position number one, we have the Three of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you might feel like it's time to make a change or shift something up. Again, I mean, that's really up to you and how you handle certain situations. I think it can be handled properly. Another vibe, we have these karmic undertones of metamorphosis happening as well. Just watch out for issues with those around you. And I keep getting this vibe of you like advising somebody or advising them against doing something. And when we get to the center, it's showing up. We have the Five of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups. And it's like, all right, well, I hate to say I told you so type of energy. But to me, this feels like someone making the wrong move or possibly making a mistake. So if this is somebody that does things too impulsively, the results aren't going to be good. That's just how it feels to me. So beware of stuff like that. Also watch out for pessimistic thoughts. Moving to the back end, we have the Two of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. To me, I feel like if something is planned out right and taken slowly, then those are the optimal results, and there are going to be possible wins here. But I feel like if anyone is just too impulsive, that's where the problem really is going to lay. Now, again, if somebody has messed up or made a mistake, and it's all subjective, I do feel like it's nothing that can't be repaired, right? I do feel like an energy like, all right, this isn't all is final. There is something that could still be repaired. But yeah, please take a screenshot. I feel like I could keep reading this whole entire spread. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, though. So let's get a good shuffle here and see what we got for the Cappies, please. What is in the shadows? And yes, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get your one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, shadow card time. What do we got? Nice and quick here. Thank you. Okay, so we do have really good energy long term, which is good. Like in the short term, that's where you might find some bumpy roads. But when we see the star in the shadow, this is really good. To me, this is a card of wish fulfillment, hope, happiness, a light at the end of the tunnel. So this is a great energy for us to pull in the shadow portion of this. Now, there can be certain things or situations in this time testing your hope in the future. Okay, like where you might be like, oh, I don't think this is going to turn out right, especially with like the little bit of pessimism we have here, because the inverse of the star could be a feeling of hopelessness. Okay, now again, whatever situations you're going through, I don't feel like it's not repairable or it's not something that you can't really work through, depending on what it is, of course. Now, a portion of you might have some Aquarius placements, or you might be connected to an Aquarius when the star shows up. But again, this is wish fulfillment and long-term success, which is what we're aiming for here. So that's good. That's a good way to end this off. So Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of one of my favorite decks of all time, the beautiful Wizard's Tarot. It's gorgeous and it works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where would you like to go for your dream vacation? What are you manifesting? Let me know. Let's bring it to fruition. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you again.